Remember how we joked that Dress to Impress could literally be a reality TV show? Well, this week proved us right again. The drama and controversies never stop. Every time we think the community is finally calming down, another scandal drops. And today's story, it's a lot. This year alone, DTI has been hit with more scandals than some actual reality franchises, from Bplay's grooming allegations to the fallout between Vantraxia and Arizem, then Hoakimdti's accusations, then Leah Ash's alleged betrayal situation, and now we've got new beef brewing between Blutty and Zvezda. It's like every corner of the community has its own storyline. Before we get into the details, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe and like the video so you don't miss any of our story times and breakdowns about everything going on in the DTI and Roblox world. Now, some of you might be thinking, wait, what Hoakimdti allegations? What happened? Hoakimdti was a popular DTI creator, known, supported, and followed by a huge portion of the community until allegations surfaced accusing him of inappropriate behavior with minors. Very similar to what happened with Bplay's. If you're not familiar with that situation, you can search Bplay's on our channel and the entire story time will show up. We originally didn't cover the Hoakim situation because we simply didn't have enough evidence at the time, but we've gathered enough now to explain what happened without being reckless. Hoakim is a 23-year-old man who was caught sending extremely inappropriate messages to children. Hate to even say that out loud, but that's what the community uncovered. Vantraxia posted about it first, a very long post, but the most important part was this. Some really disturbing things have come to light regarding a creator within our community who I myself have supported in the past. There have been multiple child grooming victims come forward with hundreds upon hundreds of screenshots. A large amount are in a very intimate nature that no adult should ever be talking to a child. That line set the tone for everything that followed. And honestly, as we were reading the post, we couldn't help thinking, why is it that in most grooming cases, it's overwhelmingly men? And do they genuinely think they'll never be exposed? Studies suggest that grooming behavior is often driven by people who rely on secrecy and manipulation. Predators typically choose vulnerable groups, like kids, because they expect silence. And studies also show that many victims don't report abuse immediately because they feel scared, ashamed, or unsure if they'll be believed. It's only after talking to other victims or realizing they aren't alone that they come forward. And that's exactly what happened here. Once one victim spoke up, others followed, and suddenly it made sense why the evidence was so overwhelming. Vantraxia encouraged everyone to unfollow Hoakim and not engage with or send hate because it will only boost his account. He urged people to stop harassing the victims for information. He also said it wasn't baseless gossip and that the amount of evidence was staggering but too explicit to post publicly, which honestly had us thinking, could it really be worse than what we saw from Bplay's? Unfortunately, yes, because then that screenshot surfaced, the one where Hoakim wrote, "I imagined you, me and our friends having a sleepover. Once everyone fell asleep, I imagined you waking me up and craving to suck." We're stopping right there. You can read the rest yourself if you want, but we refuse to say it out loud in a video that minors might watch. Even between consenting adults, this message is explicit. But to send that to a child? Horrifying. But it gets even worse. In another message he said, "I'm going insane with imaginations of doing things to you in risky places." Again, we won't be reading the rest, but you can pause and read it if you want to know everything that was said. Allegedly, Leon DTI threatened to expose him, and instead of taking accountability, Hoakim blamed the victims. Typical predator behavior. Studies suggest groomers often shift blame as a defense mechanism because admitting guilt destroys the power they've built over their victims. The screenshots were so explicit that creators kept repeating, "We can't post everything." That alone tells you how bad this was. There were also allegations that he exchanged explicit photos with minors. Eventually, Hoakimdti admitted to it, changed his TikTok bio to "I hope you forgive me," then later deleted all his social media. And honestly, this is why we always tell you, please be careful about who you idolize online. A nice personality on camera means nothing about what someone is capable of doing in private. The most common reaction in these cases is always "he or she seems so nice," or "I never would have guessed." Anyway, let's get into the reason most of you click this video. The latest fight between Hoakimdti and Zvezda. If you're new to these names, Hoakimdti, also known as Mother, has almost 35k followers on TikTok. She's known for clean layering and also for being, well, controversial. She once made a video with the caption, "Coming online to see another famous creator getting a code before me, even though I'm an OG creator." And that comment was aimed at Vanillimus when DTI announced her code item. A lot of people felt the devs don't owe creators anything, and they generally didn't agree with her, so she's not new to drama. Zvezda, on the other hand, has around 51k followers on TikTok and over 100k on YouTube. She rose in popularity after winning the Gaga-style contest and getting to meet Gaga in the DTI event server. But she too has had controversies, from accusing Nesquik of copying her content to the star hat tutorial that people said resembled a communist hat. Her response was, basically, "My name means star in Russian. Girl, I'm not a communist, laugh my ass. I shouldn't have to even explain myself to random witch hunters on the internet, be so for real." So again, both women are no strangers to drama. So what's the issue between them? Just a warning before we continue, the next screenshot includes a blurred, hateful slur. It's shown only to explain the situation, and we absolutely do not endorse that kind of language. Someone accused Zvezda, who is white, of using the N-word. The message screenshot said, "You're going around telling people about it, like shut up, shut up." Not acceptable from a non-black person, obviously. We're black ourselves, and we don't use the word. Some people think the word is normalized because of songs like Freaky Friday. You know the one, but that doesn't make it okay. The whole situation reminded us of Gretchen from Baddies Caribbean. She kept saying the N-word because her son's father is black and she had black friends. But this is all alleged, so please ignore the comparison. Hoakimdti decided to expose the screenshot publicly. Then Hoakimdti DM'd Crackty, another creator, and asked, "Is Zvezda black?" Kra replied, "If you believe that crap Photoshop, she's not black, no." But she didn't say it. That screenshot is obviously fake. Then Kra posted on her story saying, "There are just a few friendships in this community that are actually real. The amount of two-faced behavior I see on a daily basis is crazy, and it's low-key impossible for me to understand. The very few people I'm close with in this community are my full-on ride or dies. And I'll never understand how easily you'll turn on people just because you see something come out about them just so you don't get dragged. Along with it, it's very immature. This is your reminder that social media is fake, and most things you see on it can easily be faked." Then another creator, Luki, added fuel by breaking down inconsistencies in the screenshot, like the inconsistency between because and be, suggesting the messages were edited. He also said Blair and Suki Plus owed Zvezda an apology. At this point, we don't even know what to believe. Zvezda didn't stay silent though. She released a statement saying, I will not be explaining myself further. If you have any questions, you can look at my YouTube community page where the proof is posted. If you look at it for 2 seconds, you'd see it's fake. Then in another statement, she said, "For my own mental health, I will simply not be explaining myself any further because this is already affecting my well-being." The irony was, she was still explaining herself. Then she said, "Defamation is a crime. You have no idea what fake allegations can push someone to do. Thank God I have a good head on my shoulders. Blair and Suki, you won't get away with this. Thinking you can fool the internet is dumb." The truth always comes out, and it did. She even downloaded and posted her chat history with Blair to prove she wasn't racist. In the messages, the two were arguing about who copied who for the Gaga contest. Blair claimed that Zvezda used a screenshot of the outfit she sent her for the Lady Gaga event, and that Zvezda ended up winning the contest with a look that was heavily based on Blair's idea. You'd think they were fighting over a $50,000 prize, the way they were going back and forth. Meanwhile, Zvezda mentioned she has been receiving death threats, which is sadly believable because this community loves using extreme threats. It's the same reason DTI closed their Discord for months. But here's the biggest question. If that N-word screenshot was fake, who created it? And why? Was it revenge? Jealousy? Clout? Or just someone bored starting drama? It's wild to think that someone may have fabricated racist messages knowing the consequences it could have on her entire career. We've already seen what happened to creators like B-Plays. She wiped her entire online identity, changed her name to Trissy, and has rebranded herself as an Overwatch streamer. Years of work erased, no more Royale High badge, no more DTI code item, all her followers gone. Hoakim disappeared too. At the end of the day, people's reputations are fragile. One allegation, true or false, can destroy everything. And honestly, this whole situation has taken another wild turn. Because just about 7 hours ago, Zvezda made a post saying she had been banned from Dress to Impress. According to her, someone sent the devs the falsified screenshots, but not the ones where she tried to clear her name. She also said that DTI accused her of bullying Hoakim for exposing him, even though Hoakim has already publicly admitted to what he did. In her words, "I've cried every day, I've stayed up all night, I've done my part to prove myself, and I'm tired." Then a little later, she posted a public appeal showing that she wasn't just banned from DTI, ChatDoll banned her too. She said her audience has been supportive, which is absolutely true. Under every single one of her posts about the situation, it was non-stop encouragement, sympathy, reassurance. She also said that every Black creator she's spoken to is on her side, and she begged the community to help her spread awareness so this wouldn't happen to someone else. And here's where it gets even more intense. Her appeals actually worked. Because 5 hours ago, she announced that ChatDoll apologized and reinstated her in their influencer program. She thanked them for looking into the situation, but then immediately followed up with, "Tickets still need to be made to DTI reporting this person for spreading false information." She specifically asked her audience to report Blutty for harassment. And just when you think it couldn't get any messier, less than an hour ago, it was reported that DTI has also unbanned Zvezda. Now, while her younger followers are cheering, defending her, and telling her they always knew she was innocent, the more mature audiences, they are not buying it. They've been digging, pulling up old behavior, asking harder questions, and pushing back. One person wrote a long comment saying, "She's been cancelled for a bunch of stuff at this point, not just one thing. She said the N-word multiple times, both in text and in a voice message. She's also used other slurs and has a history of harassing people." She put a LiveLeak watermark on one of her videos. LiveLeak is literally known for graphic violence and gore. She made a gory horror outfit of a Vietnamese war figure. She posted a tutorial on how to make a USSR Ushanka. She constantly pushes sexualized fits to a young audience. Overall, it's a pattern of weird, offensive, inappropriate behavior. And instead of taking accountability, she doubles down, plays the victim, and calls everything conspiracy theories. This isn't a one-time mistake, it's a pattern. Then, under a post where someone said the devs need to grow a backbone for unbanning her, another person said she's not sorry. She deleted her apology after getting unbanned. That proves she doesn't regret anything. She's telling her fans to mass ticket the devs to get Blood, Suki, and others banned. Honestly, it's making me want to gather every problematic thing she's done into a document and send it myself. She should not be left around a child audience. At this point, the community is completely split. Some people think she's been framed. Others think she's deflecting. Some think Blutty is messy. Others think Blutty is telling the truth. And then there's the third group, the exhausted ones, who are just completely over the constant wave of DTI drama. So, we'll end with this. Where do you stand on the situation? Do you believe Blutty? Do you believe Zvezda? Or are you just exhausted by the constant DTI drama? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and we would see you in the next video.